This was the most amazing sunrise I've ever seen in my life, and not just because of the incredible mountain view, but because this was my very first time getting to see a moose in the wild. And not just any moose, but a mom with her calf. This is day 3 of our Wyoming road trip, and these aren't the only moose that we're gonna see today. So after that amazing sunrise, we got ready to do our hike for the day, and first we had to stop at Mormon Row and take some pictures of the famous barn. And for today's hike, we decided to do Cascade Canyon Trail, and I really wanted to take the Jenny Lake boat shuttle over because I thought it would be a lot of fun and just a different way to get a view of the mountains and the lake. So we bought our round trip passes and headed over to the other side of the lake where the trail began. And if you're planning on taking the shuttle, definitely get there early because the line gets really long. But if you're doing it round trip like we did, it saved us 2 miles in each direction on an already 9-mile long hike. And the first thing we saw after getting off the boat was this cute little marmot. And most of the people and elevation are all at the beginning on your way up to Inspiration Point. So we decided to make the stop at Inspiration Point and Hidden Falls on our way back after we've done the canyon. And that's when we were alerted by some other hikers that there was a mother moose and her calf right behind a rock up on the trail. So we continued on, not expecting her to be right by the side of the trail. So we immediately backed off and even went off trail to make sure she had enough space and didn't feel threatened by us. I really wanted to see wildlife on this trail, and it was absolutely amazing to see such a gorgeous creature so close. But we continued on the trail, and once we reached the halfway point, we stopped to have a little lunch. And of course that consisted of sandwiches and chips, and I swear they always taste better out in nature. On our way back, we decided to break out the Insta360 camera and get some shots with it. This is my first trip using it, and it's been a lot of fun so far, but I've still got a lot to learn. And I again have to mention how gorgeous this trail is. You're literally walking through the canyon with giant cliff ledges and mountains on both sides of you. And as we continued our trek back, we saw another moose on the other side of the river. Then we made it back to Inspiration Point, and there was a lot of people here, but you definitely get some of the best views of Jenny Lake. And I was so thankful to be going down at this point and having a nice boat ride to look forward to because my legs were jello. But we still had to make a quick stop at Hidden Falls on our way back, and this waterfall was so gorgeous. You could feel the spray from the water from way back where we were standing, and it felt so good after that hike. The shuttle was super busy on our way back. We had to wait probably about 45 minutes to get on, but like I said, my legs were jello, so it was absolutely worth the wait. Back on dry land, we got to see more wildlife with these elk crossing the road, and then came the trouble of trying to find somewhere to stay for the night. The dispersed campground we planned on staying at was already full, so we had to find somewhere else to go. And since there was still a good bit of daylight, we decided to drive up through Yellowstone National Park because that's where we were going to visit tomorrow. We found a little place to stay up in the middle of nowhere, Montana, and just decided to get some of the driving with over today. And we were so hungry at this point, so we decided to stop in West Yellowstone at Pete's Rocky Mountain Pizza and Pasta. But on our way, a rock hit our windshield and left this super big mark, but that's just the reality of road trips. But that concludes day 3 of our road trip, and make sure to stay tuned for Yellowstone tomorrow.